Hello, my name is Jeff Duick-Thiessen, and I'm one of the CLAC union representatives responsible for Save on Food's team member representation. It's an important time for some key updates, and I hope this answers some of the most important questions you might have. This video includes an update on ongoing negotiations for the renewal of your collective agreement, information about the minimum wage increase, and some general information about your union and what we're doing in your workplace. First, CLAC is a national Canadian union, and we are celebrating our 70th anniversary this year. A few things about us. One, we represent approximately 60,000 workers across many sectors, including retail, construction, manufacturing, education, healthcare, trucking, and transportation. Second, we are Canadian, independent, and non-partisan. This means that union dues are not sent out of country to another parent union or to any political parties. Union dues are directed to representing our members. Thirdly, our focus is on representing you with the goal of making workplaces as positive and rewarding as possible. We do this by negotiating your collective agreement with Save on Food's management, that's this booklet here, and by solving problems with management, which we do first through relationship building and dialogue. And when that doesn't work, we have all of the other union tools available, like formal grievances, arbitration, which is like court, and even strike action when necessary. Next, we make membership optional. So even though everyone working at Save on Food's collective agreement, under a Save on Food's collective agreement, pays dues, we don't force you to sign a CLAC membership card. Everyone gets the same representation, but by signing a card, you have access to CLAC scholarships, discounts, a bereavement fund, and the opportunity to serve as a steward or a member of the bargaining committee. You can sign a membership card online at myclac.ca. Finally, while I am your union representative, you also have CLAC union stewards working in your store. These stewards are trained by CLAC and can assist you in understanding your collective agreement, support you in a corrective action meeting with management, and help solve problems in the stores. Check your workplace CLAC union board to find out who your stewards are for my contact information and other important CLAC updates. Next, I want to talk about bargaining, which is also called negotiations. Your current collective agreement was negotiated when the Manitoba Save on Food stores first opened, almost 6 years ago. It expires September 30th. The process is that CLAC first forms a bargaining committee and negotiates an updated collective agreement. Once we have reached a settlement with Save on Foods for a new collective agreement, you will have the opportunity to vote. And that can be to approve or reject that renewed collective agreement. Because this was your first collective agreement, we know there are some key areas which need changes. We want to get that right, and to do that, we are using a process called interest-based bargaining to ensure that issues like scheduling are settled in a way that works for everyone. This process does take a bit longer than other ways of bargaining, but can get us better results. Your bargaining committee, I have to say, is doing great. It's made up of a team member from every store. Check your CLAC union board in your store for a poster listing the members of the bargaining committee. We did meet for Save on Foods already for several days of bargaining in spring, and we have more dates coming in September. While we will likely not have a new deal for you to vote on by September 30, we are working urgently to get you a good deal. It is our intent to be done bargaining this fall. Until then, your expired collective agreement remains in effect. And don't worry, our plan is for negotiated wage increases to be paid retroactively back to September 30. The next thing I want to talk about is minimum wage. As many of you know, Manitoba's minimum wage will be increasing to $13.50 per hour on October 1st. Because we will likely not have a new collective agreement for you to vote on by October 1st, the current wage grid will need to be updated, as many team members are now earning less than $13.50. CLAC and Save on Foods are working together to come up with an interim wage grid that will be in effect for October 1st. So this new wage grid will be a short-term wage grid until we have finished negotiating the new one, which you will still have an opportunity to vote on. Your bargaining committee will have involvement in this new interim new wage grid. Finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about the challenging nature of retail work. Your union knows that working in a grocery store has upsides and downsides. The upsides include things like a fast-paced work environment with lots to learn and many opportunities for advancement. It can also be very tough work with low starting wages, sometimes exhausting work, difficult customers, and varying shifts day and night, 7 days per week. The COVID-19 pandemic made that work even tougher for so many reasons. The grocery industry is also very competitive, and every retailer adjusts staffing levels to match sales levels. Retailers attempt to staff in a way that matches customer sales patterns. But COVID-19 has upset those patterns, making it difficult to predict staffing levels accurately. For Save on Foods team members, the last couple of years have been very tiring. Your exhaustion has been made worse when staffing levels were reduced in response to low sales levels. In March, CLAC filed a grievance with Save on Foods. In it, we said they weren't staffing store levels at the levels needed to maintain staff well-being and high customer service standards. We know that Save on Foods holds team member well-being, engagement, and development as core values. Most leaders in the company, including Daryl Jones, started their working lives at Save on Foods. And they tell us that they want everyone to have the kind of job experience where they might start and end their careers with Save on Foods. When we hear that many of our members don't feel that way, we have a responsibility as your union to take those views to the company. We have taken your concerns to all levels of Save on management, including to Daryl Jones. In all of this, I have a few key things to remind you of. First, please speak up. Nobody has been fired by Save on Foods for saying that they are tired, that they need to take their rest break, refusing unsafe work and raising safety concerns, or sharing ideas about how to improve the workplace. I know it can be difficult to speak up, especially if speaking up doesn't lead to immediate results. If you want help speaking up, ask a CLAC union steward or myself to help you. Second, we want you to take your rest breaks, and we don't want you to work for free by coming in early or staying late without being paid. I know that every store manager wants you to take your breaks and they don't support free timing. But this gets confusing when you have a lot of tasks to do and the staffing levels feel like they're too low to do those things. Missing breaks and working for free, though, puts you at risk for injury. It can also make you resentful, and it sends the message to Save on Foods that staffing levels are enough. Again, I know this isn't easy. None of us wants to leave a job unfinished or to leave more work for the next person. So we have to do this as a team. Third, I want to assure you that I, your stewards, and your bargaining team are aware of the great things and the rough things about working at Save on Foods. It is our constant goal to build on the positive things and to improve on the tough things. Save on Foods has lots of great ideas and intentions. It's our job to hold them to that, let them know when it's not working, and to offer ideas and solutions from the worker's perspective. That includes regular meetings with store managers, called JLMs, and it includes negotiating your new collective agreement. Finally, the last thing I want to say is, please take care of yourself. One way to do that is to take advantage of Homewood Health, the counseling service available to all Save on Foods team members. Details can be found on your Employee Connect and in the store. Your physical and mental well-being is important, and there are resources to assist you. If you're struggling, please talk to a manager or to your union. I hope this update gives you some of the information you were looking for. Watch for more updates in the weeks to come. Goodbye.